What, dude? It's been a while since we FaceTimed, and your walls are closing in on you even more, sir.
Nah, it's fine. No, they're far away. Look, I can't even touch them. Look, see?
You almost knocked the stack over with your elbow.
No,
You
look,
liar.
it's so far away. Look, I can't even reach it. Look, I'm reaching out. I can't. I can't get it.
I
I
can't
can't
get
get
it.
it. Oh, I got it so far away. His room is way bigger than it looks. You know, like this. Like
You literally look like you're.
look. I can't even get it. I can't reach the bookcase. It's so far away.
Bro, you moved your head. What is that? What is that stack directly behind your head?
This is an iPad.
No, no, no. The by the window, directly behind your face. Yeah, all
What?
those. What are those?
Those are my wrestling figures. I had to move
Oh,
them
okay.
because I don't have anywhere to hang them on the wall.
You're gonna have to start decorating the outside walls soon with collectibles.
Don't look over there though. Don't pay attention to this.
Yeah.
That's not triple stacked or anything. So don't look over there.
Oh, that is a thick stack. Yeah. You're wide and long. Congratulations, sir.
I've been told that before.
Not me. They go,
Gross.
huh, that's not bad. I go, yeah. I like to undersell myself, you know what I mean, before the point of action.
It's true. That way their expectations are already low.
Yeah,
And they're like, well, I'm already here.
yeah. And if they agree to have sex with my 3.5 inches, then all of a sudden my 3.75 inches is pretty big.
It's fair. It's fair. Depressing, but fair.
Well, you know me.
I do know you. What's up, buddy?
Fucking nothing, dude. I've just been working all
Yeah,
the time. Awful.
yeah. Life is awesome.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, man. We'll go with that.
Well, I don't think you actually believe that. Oh no, they canceled Chucky.
After season 3.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it lasted 3 seasons, though.
it's true. I never
I've
watched
been,
any of it, but I figured it couldn't be, that good because it's on regular TV.
um, I saw one episode, and they played it more like a comedy. Like,
Okay,
kind of Bride of Chucky vibe, instead of,
gotcha.
like, Chucky 1, Chucky 2 vibe.
Instead of just mass murdering fucking toy possessed by a serial killer.
Is it the first one where he ends up back in the manufacturing factory?
Yeah, I think so.
And he gets, like, a fucking arm fucking stitched to his face and shit. That was pretty fucked. I've been watching football, obviously, because
Obviously.
it started back up. But it's the only thing I watch on regular TV with, like, all the commercials and everything, like network TV.
Ew, that's gross.
So I'm getting the commercials and the ads for, like, the upcoming shows that are about to launch. And I'm like, what are they fucking doing, dude? Like, what is the thought process behind, like, because I've seen them make 100 of these shows and they never work out. Like, Zachary Quinto is playing a doctor who magically can fucking take over, like, the experience of the patient.
Oh, is that what that is? I haven't actually.
What? Like, he can, like, live through their eyes or something like that. Like, that's the premise of the show. It helps them better treat them. I
Okay.
was like, this is like a weird body swap, quantum leap, fucking ER combo thing. And then I was like, that show's not gonna work because you get, like, there's like 4 episodes and max that you can enjoy out of that show, and then you're like, okay, we get it. Ooh, a pregnant lady's coming in sick, and then they're gonna show them, like, getting fucked.
This is how it happened. Okay.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do, man? It's so dumb. And then they have what's the other one? I was watching fuck, somebody I like too. Oh, Dee from Always Sunny.
Oh yeah, where
Was it
she's the
Kaitlin
the
Olson?
the yeah. what was it? She was like a maid or a house cleaner or something like that, and then like he was like super
Yeah,
smart or whatever, and like she helps the detectives
yeah, and
solve
she's
stuff. I
like
was
good
like,
at puzzles, so the FBI uses her or some shit. It's
I
like,
was like, wasn't this called The Mentalist or
yeah,
Psych?
or any of those fucking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of even monk-ish. Like
yeah.
it's like, what do, we've seen this show 47 times.
But now she's a mother.
Yeah, that that has
It's
a lot to it.
gender
Oh,
swapped it.
and they're doing fucking what's the old lawyer show?
Matlock,
Matlock with fucking
Kathy
that
Bates.
Oprah, the chick from Misery.
Yeah,
It'll be Matlock. What? But then on the preview for Matlock, she's like, "Oh, my name's Matlock," like the old TV show. I was like, "What? What are we doing? Are you Matlock? Like, you just
did she really say that?
yeah,
Oh
dude.
no. So
The
is it?
first preview for it, she's like the old TV show. Get it? And then I was like, so you're not like Matlock's fucking granddaughter or something? Like I thought that'd be the premise, and
I
then you
need to
can
look this
use
up.
archived footage of Andy Griffith.
Maddie Matlock, Madeline Kingston. Matlock claims to be a widow. Blah 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 blah. What's the premise though? No premise. I mean, she's a
She's a
lawyer.
lawyer, dude.
Yeah, but what's the premise? Premise, you know, like
It's a
why?
courtroom procedural.
That's
They
stupid.
just can't say fucking Law and Order. That's all it is.
Yeah, all it says on the Wikipedia is it's a gender flipping reboot of the original Matlock TV series, which starred Andy Griffith, obviously. Speaking of crime shows, have you seen Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix? Probably not.
No.
Uh, I was not gonna watch it because I saw the movie with Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, well, this is I get it. He's a lawyer who works out of his Lincoln
Yeah.
Lawyer. I get it.
And he hangs out with biker dudes.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, whatever. And then I was on something, either Instagram or TikTok or one of the things. Maybe it was fucking YouTube. And someone's like, "Hey, if you like these shows and like was like going through all these things, you should try this." And like basically recommending new stuff that's like older stuff, right? Or like other stuff, like people like, "Oh, if you don't like give this a shot or whatever, right?" And it was the opposite. It was like if you like the Lincoln Lawyer, you should check out this. And I was like, "But I like that, so should I check out Lincoln Lawyer?"
Ooh, you reversed osmosis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like, hey, if you like this Perry Mason show on HBO, or if you like Lincoln Lawyer, you like this Perry Mason show on HBO. I was like, I like that Perry Mason show on HBO.
Perry Mason's a remake too, right?
Yeah, this is based on the OG, like the original. Like he's basically set in like the 40s or whatever it was, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like a modern time. But the thing about that show is, unlike Perry Mason, like the TV show Perry Mason back in the day, it's not like every week is a different case. The whole season is one case, and it's about the
Oh,
investigation and
okay.
stuff. So it's instead of like a monster of the week type thing, it's all the season is all one case. And so the first season of Perry Mason, it's basically him becoming a lawyer. So he was not really a lawyer. This is back in the day before like stringent and you take fucking 47 years of courses or whatever. Um, he was basically like a practicing lawyer, and then got his like is became a lawyer whatever through investigating and stuff like that. But they talk about him being like a war hero, even though he to himself he doesn't feel like a war hero because people died and blah blah blah, right? But it's cool because like it shows them investigating and it shows the mystery behind stuff and kind of delves into it, right? So I was like, all right, well, if you say it's good like Perry Mason, and I really like that show, I'll check this out because I'm bored and Paige isn't home. So I was like, all right, I'll check this out. So I watched the first episode, and then 10 hours later, I'm finishing the first season, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was real good, and it is real good. And the second season I burned through in like 2 days as well. And I was like, oh shit, third season coming out soon. Hope you have four on the horizon too. Cause
You're like,
I'm
oh shit, now I'm bored again.
Yep, because I'm gonna be bored. But it's really good. It's like one of those things where like I was, because originally when I saw the trailers for it, I was like, okay, Lincoln Lawyer, right? There's taking like a property and making a show out of it. Cool, whatever. Um, and I thought they were gonna do the same thing. Was like just because Netflix version of of Law and Order, they can't use Law and Order, blah blah blah, right? But then of course this guy, entertainment influencer on whatever place I was watching. And it was the only one he nailed, by the way, because he was wrong a bunch of other stuff. He's like, "Hey, if you like this, you'll like this," and I was like, "Nope, I don't think I will."
Nope. I don't
Uh,
know.
and so, but and I don't remember all of them were now. But I was like, "All right, whatever, I'll check it out." And it's really good because like the characters are really well done, and uh, they do a good job. Like I don't know I guess it's based on a series of books or whatever, like everything else is. And I haven't looked into it, but I was like, based on the Matthew McConaughey movie, he's a lawyer that works out of his Lincoln. I get it. There's a lot more to it, and I don't know. Again, I don't know how much is them developing it for TV, but basically, like in this one, because I don't remember in the Matthew McConaughey one, they were in New York, right? Was it in New York? It was set in. I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to.
I think it was.
Right? This is in L.A. The TV show. And basically, the whole thing is like his dad was this famous lawyer.
Was it Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, it was Matthew McConaughey. This is set in 2074. And his mom was a Mexican actress, and so when he was a young age, his parents divorced. His mom moved back to Mexico City, and was an actress down there. And then he basically spent summers in L.A. with his dad, and like basically fell in love with being a prosecutor like his dad, or a defense lawyer like his dad. So as he grew up, he wanted to become a lawyer. But the show starts off where he's actually has been trying cases in over a year because of a surfing accident, and then he got hooked on painkillers.
Ooh.
So like that's right there, and then basically it's like the first season is like kind of redemption, where basically he ends up, not to spoil anything because it's basically the first episode. This other lawyer that he worked with a couple times ends up getting shot and killed, and he gets called, the Lincoln lawyer, Mickey, gets called into the judge's office, chambers or whatever, and she basically says, "Hey, so and so was killed, but 10 days ago he signed his practice over to you in case he goes missing or is dead. So you have this
Mystery.
yeah. So basically, we don't know why he chose you versus anything else, but you have so long to basically pick up his cases, and if his clients want you to continue being their lawyer or whatever, right? But then one of the cases he has is this high-profile murder case of a CEO of a video game corporation who's basically being tried for the murder of his wife and her lover. And so the whole season is basically him trying to redeem himself from being this like drug addict, basically back to being this hotshot lawyer. And he was the Lincoln lawyer because he used to try to basically work out of his Lincoln, and now he built a brand around it. So he actually owns like a couple Lincoln Navigators and an old Lincoln Continental.
Oh, nice.
And he often does, and even in the show, he'll be driving around in his Lincoln, like kind of going over the case and stuff like that. And then eventually he hires a driver to drive him around in his Lincoln or his Navigator, so he could do like actual casework and stuff inside the Lincoln and things like that. But it's basically like he has a daughter with Nev Campbell, who plays his first ex-wife, and then he has a second ex-wife, and in his phone when they call, it's first wife or second wife. It's pretty funny. And then their whole biker angles in there too, and then all the different things. But it's a really good show if you like those, mystery lawyer stuff. But it's first two seasons were really good. Lots of twists and turns and things that make you think things are happening when they're not.
Hmm.
So, but
Yeah, I gotta find a new or new to me show because like the last couple I've given a shot to, like I bailed out pretty early because it was like real bad.
what were they? What have
And
you given up on?
it's just like there's some like random like Netflix and like Hulu originals that I'll just jump on for a little bit without like even researching. It was just like, and then I'm like, nah. And then like none
No.
of them had anybody I even recognized, which is happening more often now because I haven't watched TV in
Yeah.
like a long time. And I'm like, I don't know any of these people. But like, I've just been rewatching stuff. That's all I've been doing lately is just rewatching shit. But like shit that I haven't rewatched yet. Like we're redoing Married with Children right
Wow.
now.
Okay.
That's fantastic, by the way.
The later
That's
seasons are
good. Well, yeah, well, I'm not there yet,
yeah.
but
The first
but like,
handful of seasons though.
dude, I forgot how because I remember it being around because I think it ends in like '97 or something like that.
Yeah, it ran forever too.
Yeah, but it like started in the '80s. It was like '89 when it
Yeah.
started, and I just assumed it started like '93, '94 or something like that. And ran for a couple years.
Nah,
I
brother.
was like, holy shit, this is old as fuck.
Thing
And
ran
then
ran for how many seasons did that thing run?
I want to say 10.
Married with children. Sorry, married dot with children. 263 episodes. It ran 11 seasons, yeah. 1987, obviously, to 1998, or 1996.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, dude.
If you before I started watching it, like that first season is so jarring how like different they look,
Yeah,
and the like Bud, right, the kid,
yeah.
it's like a fucking baby, dude. You're like, what the fuck?
An actual child.
Yeah, yeah, but it's really good.
There's a reason it was on for.
But it's more clever than I thought it was too. Because in my head, I thought it was just Al making fucking fat jokes to customers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much he hated his life. That's all I kind of remembered about it, and I was like, haha, funny. But then like I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, this is actually really well written and like performed really well. So that's been a pleasant surprise to enjoy that as much as I have been. But I don't know, man. You remember when Netflix was like throwing a perfect game with its fucking original series,
Yep.
and like they were all good, and now I don't want to watch any of them. Like Altered Carbon. You remember Altered Carbon? How good that first season was?
Yep. Fantastic.
And I know like the show lends itself for the people switching out the cast. You know, like I know that's kind of the whole premise of the show. But I was like, you gotta bring back Kinnerman. Like you gotta, because Mackie was cool, but it just wasn't the same because he has to act somewhat like Joel Kinnaman acts
Yeah.
because it's the same person, and it's like, nah, this don't work. I would love that, but and then I tried to. Do you know Peacock doesn't have like the OG Law and Orders?
Bro, dude, it's like
It's like it only has like the most recent 8 seasons or something.
it's so weird how like these streaming services, and I'm sure there's a reason for it. Some
But I figured with Law and
whatever.
Order being as old as it was, and
You'd
with,
have
like,
all of them.
like rights or something like that, there might
Yeah.
be some. But I was like, you can't go. And I didn't. I kind of was curious. I wanted to watch like a couple out of the first season, but I really wanted to rewatch like the fucking like the Briscoe years again because I was like even when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this show's pretty dope. You know what I mean?
This show's pretty dope.
But no, they don't want to have those ones.
It's like undateable all over again.
Hey man,
Brought it
that
up.
show's unfindable now.
Yeah.
It's nowhere. You can,
Thanks a lot, Chris D'Elia.
yeah. That apparently, I guess, nothing happened, and it just kind of
It's fine. No big
ruined
deal.
his career. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer for you. He got the old Enzo Amore treatment, man.
We'll take him off the main stage and let him do his side hustle. But it's like, but why though? But why can't we have this though?
Um, the new Rambo was dope though.
Yeah, dude, that movie was fucking not what I expected. Like, I legit expected it to be like Rambo.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a scene where he's, fucking taking them down or whatever, but like, it was not saying that Rambo's not a smart movie, but this was a smart movie,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I thought they were just like, oh, let's turn this into like a Rambo or John Wick type of thing where like he's this unkillable Marine or whatever. Nope.
Yeah, it's like I felt like it's if the first Rambo was made today, like a modern time, because Rambo First Blood was very different from the other Rambo movies.
Yeah.
But it was very much it was just kind of a smash and grab type. You know what I mean? Because he was just better than the other guys.
Yep.
And the other guys just had more people. That's why he was on the run. This one, it was like you can't really do that because of technology now. Like technology has really ruined movies. You know what I mean? You know how many dope ass movies we used to love that just because of the internet or like a cell phone would never happen now.
It's true.
So I'm all for never making a modern movie again. Either let's go futuristic or let's go back to at least fucking 95. Like we can't. I don't want anything between 2000 and 2040. It shouldn't be made.
None of it.
None of it. But yeah, and the actor, there's something about him that, because I didn't. He's from like a popular TV show, right? The main dude.
Yeah, I think he's British, right?
Yeah. And how come all the British dudes can nail the American accent just fine, but the American actors can't really do British?
That's because American accent's easy to be fooled, and they already have to talk funny, so they're like, oh, well, we just have to fix it.
Let's just fix it.
Nope. There we go. I can't type, apparently. Aaron Pierre. So, for the people who don't know what we're talking about, I guess we should probably say we're talking about Rebel Ridge, not New Rambo.
Is it Black Rambo? Can you call it Black Rambo?
Blambo.
Blambo.
So this is a movie written and directed by Jeremy Solinaire. I think is how you say his name. For the folks who don't know who that is, he's done a few movies, but he did the movie Green Room with Patrick Stewart and Anton Yelchin. He's also done a couple different things, but that was like probably one of his bigger, more well known ones. He also did something called Hold the Dark for Netflix, which I need to watch now because it's also written by Macon Blair, which is a really good person to follow along with. Anyways, it stars Aaron Pierre, Don Johnson, a bunch of other people. You're like, I recognize that person from somewhere. But it's basically set like very Rambo First Bloodish in a way. Stranger from out of town comes in, police do bad things to him, blah blah blah. Anywho, Aaron Pierre was in something, and it's escaping my fucking grasp of brain power right now. He also voices Mufasa in the upcoming Mufasa the Lion King. So if anyone's waiting for that one, he played Malcolm X in a TV show called Genius MLK versus X, which I didn't realize. Well, he doesn't have a big role in anything really. Underground Railroad, he played Caesar. Does he get stabbed by his friends too? He was in that Krypton show, main role, on that one for the year and a half it was on. Something called The A Word, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say out loud. Prime Suspect.
Yeah, Yeah, I guess he didn't. He wasn't in a big TV show. Oh, I knew him from old. I fucked up and watched that old movie.
God, that movie's so fucking terrible, dude.
He was the rapper guy, remember?
Yeah.
Typecast. Racist.
Racist. Something called What's Foe?
Family over everything.
I don't know what that one is either. But yeah, no, I liked him a lot. He was in apparently he's done stage stuff too. He was Cassio in Othello. But he's definitely from the Londons though. English actor. He had his training at London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art. Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. You kind of just broke on the scene for me. Like, I know I saw Old, but that was a small part, and that was a few years ago, and I didn't even recognize it was him. Hey, thank you.
Oh.
Good coffee.
This episode's brought to you by our beverages. Yeah, I mean he's been he's fairly new. Cuz his first credits were in 2017 on a couple British shows. Prime Suspect 1973, and then two episodes of The A Word Series 2. Then Britannia, he was in 3 episodes of that. So steady work for this kid, and he's real good.
Yeah, nailed the action thing real good.
Yeah. Apparently he's going to be in the new Blade movie.
Oh, no. What was that saying? I saw. Is that still going to be, what's his name? Ali?
I don't know, but apparently he also is no longer going to be in that movie.
Yeah, because all kinds of weird shit's been going on with that one.
Yeah. It says, but was released from the project by March of 2024 as a result of script rewrites. So, who knows? But that movie is troubled at best.
Catch that guy again in a different role. Yeah. They might not want to let him go at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna be real popular. I don't know.
Thunderbolts. The trailer for Thunderbolts is the first time in a while. I'm like, oh, this could be good for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, to me, it seems like they're trying to do a Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to shit on it, because, like, whatever, because I enjoyed that trailer quite a bit. But it's interesting that there's a lot of mystery around this particular project, where, like, a lot of the other movies and stuff are, like, there's, like, oh, this is going to happen, and, like, why is the title have an asterisk, Like, yeah. There's lots of, like, rumors of, oh, it's gonna, because the title's gonna change when the movie comes out. Like they did, kind of like someone referred to it as like how they did with It, when it became It Chapter 1. It was billed the entire time as It, like this is how, this is what the movie is, and at the end it was revealed it was It Chapter 1, and obviously, like, Chapter 2 came out later, to tell the full breadth of the story. Without a stop motion claymation spider monster, but whatever. And then so people are assuming it's gonna basically be like Thunderbolts versus somebody or something like that, or whatever. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. But there was a lot of weird secrecy. Like the whole thing was like, this is the first time that I can remember that like Marvel didn't release the trailers they showed at like Comic-Con and stuff.
Yeah.
Like right after the fact, like you got leaked footage, right? And then obviously one of them, like the Fantastic Four thing, was more of a concept trailer versus like actual, this is what the movie is gonna look like, thing. Because like they really hadn't even started filming very much. So I was like, okay, whatever. We're gonna be in for it. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation of like what they're gonna be doing with the title and why does it have an asterisk? And I think it's because like they're gonna introduce the Thunderbolts as a different team when they come out of it at the end of it. So like it's Thunderbolts, but it's not the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. But speaking of Marvel stuff, and I was gonna send it to you guys earlier, and I forgot because I was reading about it. Apparently, Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, for the folks who don't know, from the old Daredevil show on Netflix and the current MCU Daredevil show, Daredevil Reborn, apparently let it slip that they may be using Devil's Ruin, I believe it's called,
Oh.
as the premise for the second season that they're filming currently right now. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how. I don't know if it could be completely true or it could just be they're using a storyline from it. Because like in that comic book run, you have other characters outside of the Daredevil universe coming in. Like you have Spider-Man and shit coming in. So I don't know if that might be like people getting a little ahead of it, but they may take the storyline from that and use it as the Daredevil plot for season 2. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. But
did you see the report that the next Spider-Man movie is likely to be another multiverse movie?
Yeah.
I was like, well, you guys fucking reset it perfectly. We can now finally have like the version of Spider-Man that's not like overpowered with all the tech and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, you can kind of change him to a street level. Bringing Kingpin, how fucking dope would that be for him to be on the big screen? But like, it's like not multiverse. I was like, unless it's Venom, and that's the only thing. You know what I mean? I just don't want to see 47 fucking characters in another movie.
Yeah.
For no reason. You know what I mean?
Well, because they're still. I mean, they're obviously building up to like Secret Wars and Doomsday as we now know it. So like obviously like he's going to be involved in that because he can't like not that you can't have it, but it would give you a reason to have the MCU Spider-Man wearing a black suit with Secret Wars, and that would be like a way of having a symbiote in the MCU outside of like the small inclusion of Tom Hardy's Venom at the end of in that whole thing. Which, by the way, I sound like a fucking asshole, but did you happen to listen to our episode where Joe and I were talking about the Sony Spider-Verse and everything?
Yeah.
So when we were, for the folks who haven't listened to that, shame on you. Mike listened to it. There's I saw a thing again. Well, it's right here in front of me again. But people are talking about how apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but Andrew Garfield has been listed as being a cast member in Last Dance.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes sense because as we were talking about in an episode, the dude that played Kurt Connors in The Amazing Spider-Man that actor is playing a character named Martin in The Last Dance. And the last time we saw Kurt Connors, he was being, sent back to his time or his universe via Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like it could be because like obviously Venom went back, Kurt Connors went back, Andrew Garfield went back. Doesn't mean that it's not Andrew Garfield's universe that they're in. They haven't specified that. Yes, Venom has never seen a Spider-Man, but doesn't mean Eddie hasn't never seen a Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wondered why there wasn't more talk about that when you saw him in the trailer, because it wasn't in the trailer very long, right?
It was like 2 short scenes.
Yeah. And I was like, well, we definitely want you to know he's in here.
Yeah, because they showed him.
But we won't want to give you too much information about him.
Yeah.
And that kind of like set off alarms. It's like, oh, is that the end? Because they're really hamming it up like it's gonna be the last movie, and it might be the last Venom movie. But like, there's no way they're gonna do 3 movies and never have them interact with Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like even and then when he does interact with any iteration of Spider-Man, it happens to be in a Spider-Man movie that's not a Sony, technically a Sony Spider-Man movie. You know, and like because he sees him on the hotel TV, and he's like, "Ooh," and I'm like, and he licks the screen, which is just creepy in general. But it's like it's weird because like they hint at a Spider-Man in that atrocious Morbius movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And I don't even
I,
like
yeah.
that was in the trailer more than it was. I don't think that part was in actually in the movies.
Nice.
So like, and actually in the movie, so like I think they cut it out because they're like, hey, we're gonna distance this because we already know it's garbage. But they obviously tie the MCU to it because the Vulture's in it, obviously,
Yeah.
right? So like, that's like another tie, obviously, like whatever. But it's weird because they show that poster where it has the word murder scrawled on it was like that looked like kind of like the video game suit, but also very much like Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man suit. But again, I don't think it was in the actual. I'd have to go back and watch the movie, and I'm not going to do that. So I don't think it was in the movie. I think it was just in the trailer. But it'd be interesting because like, what's weird is throughout the Venom movies, they've been leading up to something, right? So Venom, the symbiote lands on Earth, or comes to Earth. Obviously, interacts with Eddie. Becomes Venom. Second movie, you find out that that Carnage was spawned via Venom because when what's his face bit him, that sort of thing. So like Carnage came out about that, and then Venom had to like reabsorb him. And then this one, multiple symbiotes come down, and you can see that there's different versions of them. And then Toxin is the new symbiote villain, I believe, in this one. But also they show Null, which is the creator of the symbiotes. And it's weird that they went these 3 movies leading up to like something like like there's like the first movie, the one symbiote wanted to leave the planet and then spread, and basically like report back or whatever. And then Venom's like, no, we have to stop him, right? Blah blah blah. And then like in the second one, he had like Venom knows something, and basically he's like, oh, I have to reabsorb him. I can't have like him about. And in this one, they're talking about he has something that Null wants back, and it's obviously like Venom must be like, well, if you know the comic books or the comic story, Venom's special because that symbiote Venom is special because he can, much like Null, create symbiotes.
Yeah.
And so like he wants him back because like he must be like the blueprint or whatever. I don't know how they're gonna spin it or whatever, but it's just interesting they waited 3 movies, potentially the last of the Tom Hardy Venom movies, to reveal the big bad. That would ultimately be like a major bad guy, kind of Thanos style, for the Spider-Man universe. Yeah. But like the thing is, Sony like played this the wrong way because like they made the Venom movies, which are successful and popular and people like them, but everything else outside the MCU, they've basically been a non-starter or like a miss. So like Morbius didn't work out because it was terrible, right? Madam Web didn't work out because it was terrible.
I heard that was a different level of terrible, though.
Yeah.
Madam Web, like a lot. Some of the shit I read on the internet about that was like with Morbius, they were like, "Yo, this movie's fucking terrible." But with Madam Web, they were like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like you're taking these characters, and it's like you don't even know what to do with them. let alone what the characters are. You know,
Yeah.
like with Morbius, it's like, yeah, cool, he's a living vampire, blah blah blah. What do you do with him? Like what do you do with that character? Like he's not like there's a reason there isn't 1,000 issues of Morbius comic book. You know what I mean? Like he's a side character at best that could be involved in a storyline, but that's basically it. You're not gonna have years and multiple writers writing a continuing story of Morbius through the comic books. There's a reason why he shouldn't have his own movie. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like Madam Web, for some reason, went from being this matriarch character of lore to being a psychic paramedic that somehow just happens to be near future spider people. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Because my only knowledge of Madam Web was from the '90s cartoon,
Yeah.
and so when they said they were making a Madam Web movie, I was like, "Oh, dope! We're gonna get like Spider-Man 2040, like you know what I mean? Like we're gonna get these like futuristic fucking." And I was all like, and I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, that chick's young and just
Can see.
in present time." I was like, "How's this gonna work?" But I didn't say too much because I've never read a comic with Madam Web, I don't think, and I never had any other stories to go off of other than the Spider-Man one. So I was like, well, we'll see how it works. And then apparently it didn't work.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah. So it's just weird to me that like I feel bad for Tom Hardy because like he's made these popular movies and they may be building something that we're never gonna like see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're building this ultimate. You literally have a movie called Venom: The Last Dance, right? Which potentially is the last of the Tom Hardy Venom movies. And then you're introducing this big bad that we're probably never gonna see because what's he gonna do after this?
Yeah.
And he's not gonna be. I can't imagine he's gonna be highly featured in this movie.
Well, did you see there's a untitled Sony movie that's supposed to come out in like 8-9 months or something like that? Nobody knows what it is, but it's slated to come out.
Well, that worries me right there.
Yeah. I actually think that's kind of cool. Because I've always wanted a major movie to just drop and nobody know anything about it. Like, they almost did it with that Cloverfield movie. The space one, right? On Netflix?
Yeah. Paradox.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, we need... I always thought it'd be cool if Star Wars or Marvel did something like that. It just was...
fucking Ryan Reynolds wanted to do that with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. His idea was dope.
Yeah,
I would
dude.
have gotten that shitty movie.
Can you imagine that though? Like just the interest of seeing Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in a like buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
That alone would have been like, oh, what is happening right now? Like why of all things these
instead of
yeah, you know. But like the problem is like they would have had to somehow keep the fact they're making Deadpool and Wolverine like complete. They would have had to shoot that whole movie in a sound studio somewhere on volume sets, so there's never any outdoor footage of them. And like all those like the rumors of cast members coming back and stuff like that. Obviously, it would have to like, find a way to somehow mask it, you know. Because yeah, it could have been a movie that did have, you know, Jennifer Gardner was in a character in it, you know. It did have fucking Wesley Snipes in it, you know. It could have had Channing Tatum in it, you know, fucking all these people, right? But like when you stack that together, if you know they're all going to be in it, it's going to lead like it's going to be like make you think like,
you know, all these guys have a common thread, right?
yeah, like you know, like I don't want to split hairs or whatever, but like, you know, all these motherfuckers was in Marvel movies, right? Some facet of Marvel movie, or was going to be in a Marvel movie when it comes to Channing Tatum. But like, yeah, if they could have just like, if somehow could have pulled that off, where like after that first showing obviously the news would have broke, and they've been like, oh yeah, by the way, this is Deadpool and Wolverine, but like it's a
Yeah.
joke. Like it would have been like one of the most classic things ever to happen in like Hollywood. It would have like lived on forever.
And I don't think it never would have worked though. Someone would have leaked it. Some asshole would have leaked
Oh
it
yeah,
at a movie theater.
oh yeah, yeah. And that's the thing is like it's like you'd have to do so much to be able to make that happen.
You
Where
have to
like
have a special debut presentation that you're controlled of.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
but also like how far do you think they would have gone with it? Do you think they would have had a premiere for this movie? Like the red carpet premiere? Because you have like
You
have
think
huge,
they
you have,
make a whole shitty movie to have a premiere of to throw the,
yeah, like do you mean like so like
the
with
press off?
yeah, because like you'd have to like you'd think like a movie with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, just those two, right, would be very highly like newsworthy, right? Like
Yeah.
those two are finally coming to a movie together. They've never done anything together really, other outside of Wolverine. The Wolverine, was that the one, or no, was it Wolverine?
X-Men Origins.
X-Men Origin, yeah, that's right, X-Men Origin Wolverine. And then like obviously, like that would have been a big thing, and they could have had the pressers and stuff like that talking about it. But it's like the news broke that like, oh yeah, Sean Levy is directing Deadpool Wolverine or Deadpool 3 or whatever, right? So it's like they would have had to start manufacturing this so far in advance.
Yeah.
But then what they could have done and just spit, obviously it doesn't matter now. They should have been like, after this project, they're moving into Deadpool 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they can.
So like, oh yeah, this is the chance for Hugh and Ryan to work together again. After this,
They had so much fun early on. They decided to go ahead and do it.
yeah.
You know?
And so like, then they would have had it, but they like, can you imagine like, they would have had to have a premiere, a red carpet premiere of this fucking movie, and then when audiences go in, there's like, wait, what? 5 minutes in, the movie cuts to fucking Wolverine, like Deadpool Wolverine. You're like, what the shit? Like that's the thing is like, how far would they have had to go to mask it
they would have had to made a whole 90-minute movie
to show it to premiere?
Yeah, and just watch the horrid reviews roll in of something they shot in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It's got 2 set pieces and it's mostly just them talking to each other about nothing.
And then the best part is like
But what if? Can you imagine if they did that, but it was actually like the best dialogue in a movie ever?
just
And you're like,
Oscar-worthy fucking dialogue.
Didn't really do anything, but it was kind of good.
But they would have had to have the entire cast of Deadpool and Wolverine as different characters in this fake movie. So like you're really thrown off, like, wait, why is Jennifer Gardner and Wesley Snipes and Channing Tatum in this movie? Why is what's her name, Emma Corrin or whatever, plays Lady?
Oh, would have
Xavier?
been even better too if they let Tatum keep the Cajun accent.
People are like, what the fuck? Why is he talking like this? What's so
by
bad?
the way, we haven't actually, me and you talked about X-Men or Wolverine Deadpool.
I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine.
The weird internet shift on this movie was so bizarre. Everyone wanted this movie for so long. And before I saw it opening weekend, but it was like Sunday afternoon.
Hey,
right?
same
so
with
just
us.
in
Yeah.
that like Friday, Saturday range of the reviews and everything coming out, I was like, what? Why are everyone so mad? Like, everyone was so mad. They're calling it fucking like somebody called it cinema junk food. I was like, you're pretentious. I hate you. Like, you said cinema. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People were calling it fan service, which, like, when did fan service become a bad thing, though? Like, I can understand how, like, at a certain point, it's like, okay, let's, like, focus on story. But, like, this is kind of what you wanted Wolverine Deadpool to be, is a fan service movie. We only wanted it so bad so we could see those two characters interact.
Like, what else were you going to get?
Anything.
Like if you look at the first 2 Deadpool movies, right? and you don't think you're gonna get what we got with Deadpool Wolverine, you're out of your
Yeah.
fucking minds.
Yeah, and there was this other weird turn where they're like, they would show a scene from Deadpool 2, be like, I can't believe we went from this art to this garbage, and then show a scene of fucking Deadpool Wolverine. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, we basically got a superhero midnight run, and it was awesome. It was funny.
Yeah.
The action sequences were fantastic. Yeah, I don't understand why there was a weird turn, which luckily I think it's just the internet because everyone went and saw the movie.
Yeah.
Like, everybody went and saw the movie, and everyone I've talked to or interacted with was like, oh, yeah, it was good. You know what I mean? It was,
and the other thing, too, is I was seeing after, because I wanted to not ruin things for myself, even though Marvel did that perfectly fine for us.
Well, to be fair, it's not as bad as I thought, because I still never expected them to have a massive, like, actual role in the movie.
Yeah.
Because that was more than a cameo. That they had a role in the
Yeah.
movie. It still would have been cool not to know.
Yeah.
Not known in.
But what I was gonna say is, like, I kept avoiding stuff. Like, I don't want to hear you talk about it, whatever. Right? Go in as blind as possible, which helped because I enjoyed the shit out of the movie.
Yeah.
But like, so much so, I'm actually kind of thinking about buying the Blu-ray so I get all those special features and watch all that shit and all the behind the scenes, because like I just feel like there's gonna be a bunch, but I don't know yet. Physical media, gross. How do you?
I don't even have a Blu-ray player hooked up to my TV anymore.
Yeah,
I'd have to grab my Xbox and put it in the living room.
Yeah, but say you'd have to go pull a gaming console from another room.
Wait,
you have a?
Now I have to get my old Xbox to put it in
Yeah,
the
but
living
say,
room.
well,
That just dawned on me.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you'd have to because you have a digital Xbox now. Yeah, so it was like, that sort of thing. Because also, sidebar before I finish my comment about it, why don't we get special features on streaming services?
I don't know, dude.
As much as you go in and there's a section for extras, and then all it ever is fucking trailers. And I'm like, you have digital content that's available already. Why don't you put this on here? Because I guarantee you that's a selling point for your streaming services.
Yeah, I used to think it was an issue of like when people knew it was just gonna go to streaming when like DVDs and Blu-rays just kind of died out. I used to think it was like, oh, they know there's no one's buying these physical things anymore, so they're not putting that in. Like, there's not making those features anymore. But then you'd see them like pop up on YouTube a couple years later. You see like a gag reel for a movie that never had special features attached to a streaming service. And you're like, where the fuck did this come from? We're making these and we're not attaching them to the movies?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, even like I haven't bought a movie through iTunes in fucking forever. But like, even those had some special features in them, a director's commentary or behind the scenes this or whatever that. It's like, that was cool. I used to like those a lot because I'm one of those weirdos that would watch those special features on Blu-rays.
Bro, I watched every minute of every extra on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back in the collector's edition. It took me a month.
Yeah, because there's like,
and I liked all of it.
Yeah. And it's like, I get it. Like, there's people who just consume movies and that's all they do. But for the folks who like the making of a movie or like a movie enough to want to see how the sauce was made, I will shove my head up the cow's ass to see where the steak comes from. That sort of thing, you know what I mean? But I digress. Go back to my point. So we watched the movie. Joe was there, Paige was there, I was there, watched it, enjoyed it a lot, had a good conversation on the way home, blah, blah, blah. Next day I jump on the internet and I start reading stuff, listening to people talk about it, and it's clearly obvious a lot of like a large percentage of people shitting on this movie didn't actually see it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, they ruined the end of Logan. And I'm like, clearly you have not seen this movie. Because if you've seen this movie, you will know that Logan's ending still stands.
Yeah.
The whole opening sequence of this movie is them literally telling you that the end of Logan stands as is.
Yeah.
The Wolverine we're getting,
the reason for the whole movie.
Yeah, like,
is the fact that they couldn't do that.
It's like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about, or if you did see this movie, you don't grasp words in picture.
Yeah, and if you're smart enough too, and you've seen all the other iterations of the Wolverine movies, like, and I don't know exactly, but it felt like every version of Wolverine we seen led to Logan, right?
Yeah.
They kind of felt like the same guy. This wasn't the same guy.
No.
This was not the same person we were getting in all those other Wolverine movies. And yeah, the people complain about it. And also it became very obvious that a lot of people who were shitting on the movie didn't understand the real life implications of what is it, the fucking shitty world they all ended up on. What was that planet?
Oh,
Where
the void.
the void. It was like, oh, every fucking character in here is from a movie that either got canceled or had other plans, got canceled, wasn't an actual thought to put into a movie that got taken out, or in Channing Tatum's case, a movie that was at the fucking goal line and got taken away from him, but was obviously had enough news around it that people understood what was going on there. They're like, they ruined this. And like, no, Blade never got a part 4, and they recasted him. That guy goes in the void now. This
Yep.
is what happens because Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. So it's the only way you could have used this story, and I thought it was fucking clever as shit. I was like, fucking Jennifer Gardner, we're not getting her as Elektra ever again. She's in the movie because she didn't get a chance to finish her fucking. Oh, every superhero movie gets made with the intention of making a franchise out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had Fantastic Four got recast multiple times. There's Chris Evans. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, this like it makes perfect fucking sense. It was a really because like Michael, he liked the movie. He thought it was cool. He didn't realize what was going on with all those characters and why they were there. And then even the Xavier's sister,
Yeah.
people were like, "Where'd that come from?" She was supposed to be in X-Men 3.
Yeah.
She was the original ideal for X-Men 3. Involved Xavier finding her for the first time, and she was going to be a big part of that movie. That was one of the original drafts, and then it got taken out. I was like, all of this, if you did a little bit of homework, it just makes it way more fun. And then if you didn't do anything, it's still cool, but like, don't shit on it because you don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, ask somebody, because I guarantee you, in every theater, there's at least 4 or 5 people explaining to their friends why this was going on and what the significance of it was.
Yeah, it's wild to me that like, and that's one of the reasons I don't like lead credence to any like reviews or like any of that stuff. And it's like I just wish there was like a filter button I could turn on, but like just give me news about it. I don't want to have people's. I don't want people's editorial bullshit or their opinions. I just want news about it. I want to know about the film. I don't want to know what fucking some piece of shit from fucking Rolling Stone thought about the movie. It's like, bro, there's a reason you work at a print magazine. You know what I mean?
Dipshit fucking website that nobody cares about anymore.
Moviepoopshoot.org.
Poop shoot.
Yeah, it's just and that was the thing. I was like, and I was talking to Joe about this. He was either on the show or whatever. And I was like, it boggles my mind. And after the fact, I figured out why. But it boggles my mind that people still lead credence to listening to other people when it comes to what you may or may not like. It's like, are you that much of a fucking like sheep and like you can't make up your own fucking mind?
I think people are so scared of like paying that money and like being disappointed, but it's like it's part of going to movies. Like, you're not gonna like every movie, and that sucks. But every now and then you go to a movie that you don't have any expectations of, and it blows you away. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like nobody thought John Wick was gonna spawn a franchise and spin-offs and be one of the coolest fucking. You remember the shit they were saying about Keanu Reeves?
Oh yeah.
When John Wick first started getting advertised, Like he was coming off of like fucking straight to DVD samurai movies at
Yeah.
that point. And everyone's like, "Oh, this guy's fucking washed. This movie's garbage." And it was the new generation's Die Hard. It was one of the greatest action movies ever made.
Well, and the worst part about that too is we talked about this before. Like we saw John Wick as a test screening months before,
way before,
and then all this was coming out,
crazy.
and we're like, "What do you guys like? You haven't even given this a shot. Like you know nothing about this movie."
We knew it was awesome.
Yeah.
Nobody else knew, and everyone was shitting on it. And it was like, dude, I wish there was some type of gambling on if movies were going to be popular or not. Because we would have fucking cleaned the fuck up. I would have bet my house on that movie breaking a certain amount of money at the box office.
Bro.
Like, it was so fucking good, and people were shitting on it so hard.
Yeah, it was... Yeah. Man. Speaking of, did you watch the Ballerina trailer?
No, actually, not yet. Because I wanted to watch it on a TV and on my phone for the first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to bust that cherry on the big screen, not no
yeah,
goddamn
because I know,
phone.
like, I guess the TV shows were a little disappointing.
Yeah, they were. You could definitely tell they were rushed and didn't have a lot to go for. But
the Ballerina one, because of with John Wick 3, right, is when we get to see like his mom and all that weird shit. Yeah, like that made me really interested in the Ballerina. I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope.
Yeah, dude, and it's like. People are gonna say, "Oh, it's a lady John Wick, whatever." Yeah, well, yeah, duh, because that's what the world is.
Same assassin school.
Yeah, it's like that's the fucking point, dude.
So you would think they would have a similar skill set.
But when you watch it, maybe you won't be blown away by who's in it, like I was. But I was like, I watched it and I was like, "Oh my god, look who's in this movie."
Dude, I haven't read anything about it because it was just like when I heard the ideal, I was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, it's like and then like the fact that like this literally takes place within the time frame of John Wick 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's cool as fuck, man. Yeah, I was like, oh dang, we need like 17 more of these fucking movies. What other fucking character can we make a movie about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if this movie's dope, it's that last sneaky way we could pull John Wick into one more movie. I mean, without the whole
resurrection.
Yeah.
He's been Jesus in the movie before. Why can't he be Jesus in a John Wick movie?
He's time traveled too, so you can just throw one of those aspects in there. We'll be good to go.
Multiverse.
Yeah. Actually, don't do that. I just got sad for the John Wick movies.
I knew you were gonna get fucking pissed, dude. We're gonna find out he's a computer program.
Oh shit! Oh no!
This is just another version of the Matrix that he's in.
What was that weird animated movie he did?
Weird animated movie he did
with like Robert Downey Jr. and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, that movie was a trip. I didn't know what was going on when I watched it.
Well, you know how they made that movie, though, right?
Yeah.
So they filmed the entire movie with live actors. Then they animated over the top of it. So
just to fuck it up.
Well, yeah. So like basically to fucking make it weird or whatever, right? So like all the scenes you see with people, those are actual scenes filmed with real people. And those exact people, it wasn't like a stand-in for Robert Downey Jr. or a stand-in for... It was them. Those actors were there. And then they literally animated over the top of it to make it look like that weird world they're in. And the whole shifting with the faces and stuff like that. That was all done, obviously, in post. Like, that wasn't done in camera. But, like, every single scene of that movie was shot with real actors in the real world. It's fucking wild, dude. And then the animators went
I go back and actually watch that, because... I watched it when it first came out. I think I was like 15 or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Why does it look like this?
It's a really fucking strange-ass movie for sure. But, like, the weird thing... Like, so if you do go back and watch it, though, the animators hid stuff in the actual animation. So there's a part where, like, spoiler alert, like, he's throwing up, and there's a reason why he's throwing up. And in the throw-up are little fucking, like, Easter eggs. There's, like, a boot that comes out. Like, it's very fucking weird, dude. It's strange, but they hide things in the background.
Nice.
There's like one point, if I'm not mistaken, they hide a couple Matrix references in it. Like his weird flip phone thing that was in there was like shows up in the background, like it's sitting on his desk or some shit like that. I can't remember all the stuff that's in there, but yeah, there's a bunch of like weird little hidden shit in there. There's a phone. There's a phone. Is it correct? I think it's either in the movie or it's in a cut scene or a deleted scene. He walks by a phone booth and it has a fucked up antenna on top of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I was like, that's cool. Yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, I think that's all I had to talk about. Not that I had anything actually to talk about.
Yeah, I don't think we planned any of this. That was a
Nope.
very random episode you guys just did.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Now I got to think of a cool title because I've been using the open letter to different people for multiple episodes now.
Yeah.
It's worked out pretty well, but I don't know what this one's going to be.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I can help.
So anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Mike.
I have been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally. Bang, bang,
All right, buddy.
gang, gang.